Okay, welcome to Ten Oaks Acres. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about this SDS hammer drill. I got a couple holes I got to put in the block, in cement block, a couple different places here, and I got to put big holes in, like 1.1/8 holes, because I'm running 3/4 gas pipe out through the block wall. So that kind of left me, the only choices for doing that would be like what they call an SDS capable drill, or an SDS max, which would be an even bigger setup. But this here drill is it's a Bauer rotary hammer. This is an SDS, what they call SDS. Now SDS drill bits were initially created by Bauer, is who made them initially, but a lot of different companies now carry SDS capable drills for the big masonry bits, and you can put shovels on them and different chisels and stuff like that for stripping floors and all kinds of different stuff. But now this particular drill, this is a drill that's bought at Harbor Freight. And where these tools come in handy is if you got occasional jobs to do with it, and you're going to go use this thing on occasional, just very occasional circumstances. Now, if you were a professional, you'd go out and you'd buy a Bosch, or you'd buy a Hilti, or you know, or a Milwaukee or something like that. Heavy hammer drill. If you were doing this every day, but if you're not doing it every day, it didn't make any sense to me to spend all that extra money. So for an occasional use tool, this is where these come in handy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to unbox this thing just the way we got it from Harbor Freight. I never took it out of the box yet, and we're going to unbox this thing and check it out. Let's see what we got here. Put this cardboard on here. We're going to cut this cardboard off. It does come in a decent case so far, from what I'm seeing. Okay. Now there is a zip tie right here, so we're going to open this up together here to show you what we got. Okay, of course, you know, a lot of people they'll buy, you know, it's pretty ignorant, but they'll buy a tool, they'll use it, and then they'll try to take it back. I mean, you know, clean it up and take it back, which they put in here: thank you for purchasing your tool. Please keep in mind the tool is subject to a restocking fee if returned. So, as typical with Chinese tools, they come with an extra set of brushes for in here. This is the functioning switch instructions, which we'll check that out in a minute. So you can see, here's the tool. And what is this thing? Some kind of grease to lubricate the hammer with, I guess. So you're probably going to want to read the instructions on how to do that. This here's, these bees are bad today. It's going to be getting some bees. We're going to be getting killed here. That particular rubber thing, I'm not sure what that's for. But once again, if you read your manual, I'm sure that tells you in there what that would be for. Now, okay, it has an adjustable handle. And you know, you're not dealing with a tool that's the same quality as, you know, as a Hildy or a Bosch or something like that. But for an occasional use tool, it should be just fine. Okay, there's a drill mode, hammer, and drill mode, or just a hammer mode, which would be right here, which it shows you right here on the back of the tool. There is a thing here which shows you which mode you're in. Yeah, it's showing, I guess, wherever you have this pointed, that would be drill. And then over here would be drill and hammer. And hammer mode. It only looks like it has 2 modes to me. I don't see 3, but we'll try it out. Supposedly there's supposed to be some kind of shock absorption in here. It says replace grease monthly to prevent damage. Okay, well that's what apparently this is where you would put the grease in for the that they give you in that little cup. Now I'm just going to stick this on the back of here for right now. Now right here they do have a tool right here in the bag that you would put in here to loosen this up and put the grease in there. I'm going to assume that it already has grease in it. Let's see. Okay. Now back here, like I said, you have a drill and hammer right here, and then you have a drill if you move this over here. But then there's another switch up here which says drill and hammer, and then that would be just hammer right there. So let's, alright, and there's a variable speed right here, which is kind of a nice feature. Variable speed on the handle. Now I'm going to grab the bit I'm going to be using and we'll try it in here. Now this bit, on the other hand, this is a it's a Diablo rebar demon. Now it was, you know, this bit was $60. So, but this is what was available locally. I didn't need one quite this long, but now I have it. But the tool itself was 110. So for an occasional use tool, if it works well, you can't go wrong with that. Okay, on these particular type of drill, you can see here they have these here little things which retains it. Okay, there's a little ball and socket thing in here apparently, and then there's like a key slot right here. Now there's a key slot now. There's a key slot on each side of it. So when you put this in here, you're going to pull this back. This key slot's only going to line up one place. Okay, see, I can just feel it right there. It's lining up. So to get this on in, push this back, pull it in, snap that out, and then it can't come out. Well, hold on. Okay, that's in. So when you drill with this, you're going to want to push it up against, especially if you're hammering, and then pull the trigger, and then it's going to hammer against this here. So I do happen to have a cord here handy, so let's see what we got. Got tanglage, I tell you that. Okay. Well, you basically have to have it up on 3 before it can spin. It doesn't even spin on 1. Okay, that would be drill and hammer. So if I put this down on here, like I say, push down on it, you can hear the hammer going in there. Now, let's see, let's try out some of the different modes. Now, this one should be drill. This one should be drill only. Okay, you can hear it's not hammering there. So, turn this back to hammer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over to just the hammer mode and see if it just hammers. Which right here, it should not spin, but it should just hammer. Okay. Okay. I think most people are probably going to just be running this up on max because, you know, even when you have it in drill mode, it's not real super fast anyway. So, I guess you can slow it down a little bit. That's too slow. There's not a real good range of adjustment with it. I guess it ain't too bad. But for, and then for this handle, you just loosen it a little bit, and then you can adjust it where you want it, and then tighten it back in. So you can have the handle where you want it in a comfortable position for whatever you're drilling. So, you know, I mean, for an occasional use tool, like I said, we're going to try it out. I happen to have a hole over here to drill through the block. But that's where these come in handy. I mean, like I said, if you're doing this every day, you're going to get a Hildy, you're going to get a Bosch, you know, you're going to get something that is purpose-built for long-lasting durability. But for just an occasional job that you have to do, you should certainly be able to get your money out of it, that's for sure. So, anyway, let's drill a hole. And let's get to her. Okay, the hole we have to drill is right down here, going right through the block, represented by this blue circle right here, which I don't think that circle shows up real good on this, but this blue circle right here is where we're going to put the hole through. We're probably going to have to put 2 holes through here, but that's the first one we got to do, so let's try her out. Alright, we're going to see if we can get her through here, boys. So you're going to put that in there. You're going to hold some pressure on it. You're basically just going to, the long bit like this, I'll try to keep it as straight as I can, but you just kind of let the hammer do the work. This is going. I had to steer the bit a little bit because it was starting to go, because I'm not in a good angle here to hold it real straight real easy, so I'm down kind of below, down to ground level. So it's going pretty good now though. Okay, we broke through. We're in a web hole, so now what we got to do is try to hold it as straight as we can, because we're going to have a piece of iron pipe coming out through there for gas. So at this point, I'll try to hold this baby straight a little bit. Okay, she's through. And actually that made a pretty nice hole, which that's definitely thanks to the drill bit, of course. But let me go and I'm going to try to stick my pipe out through this hole here. See if she fits. Okay, she's out through. She did a nice job there. Now the only thing to remember too is now that long bit allows you to get clear inside, but it did knock a little bit of a piece out on the block in there, but it's I mean, I guess if you could have drilled from both sides, you could have, you know, drill from this side in through the web and then drill from the other side through the web. You would have eliminated that, but your hole has to be really perfect right on, so you'd be able to get the pipe through, you know. But it'll be fine. But anyhow, she works good. That was the first hole I drilled with her, and like I said, for an occasional use tool, I think it's going to work fine for you. I mean, if you're not drilling, you know, 50 holes a day or something, you should be good with that. And that's kind of what these tools are for. You know, they're not. I wouldn't recommend them to any professional, but for stuff like this, if you're only going to use it occasionally, that's where they work out good. So. Okay, so she drilled her first successful hole through concrete. Worked good, actually. Anyway, to get this bit out of here, what you do is you pull back on this, just the reverse of putting it in. But she worked good, and hope you enjoyed this little review here. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next thing we're doing here. Thank you.